We are here gathered in Styggbo for a dance residency with RIVA Dance Company. Residency is pretty much a safe place to create art. For us, it's dance. And the goal of a residency is you are a little bit cut out from the rest of the world, so you are dedicated to your art form. And this allows us to go deeper into the creation process and develop new ideas. But most of all, we have time to think, to try, to fail, to adjust in this one place. And this is the only thing we have to worry about. We all came in contact somehow in New York and with Julia Erstrand, one of the choreographers. So this is the central point. Some of us knew each other before and some others don't. For this residency here, there is two groups joining. There is the Erstrand Dance Collective and RIVA Dance Company. So they are dancers from both groups. And we all are from different countries. We have Sweden, Faroe Island, Spain, Switzerland, France, Norway. And dance is what brings us together here. During this creation process, we created 4 pieces. There are 2 group pieces, 1 trio and 1 solo that we will show at the end of the residency. And we came up with a set schedule for every day. We started every day with a morning training that allowed us to, of course, train as dancers, but also share different technique and different approaches to dance because we all have a different background and a different approach to dance. And then we divided the rest of the day into rehearsal time for each piece. At the beginning of the residency, we started with the concepts, some movement exploration, some phrase work. Then we started playing with all of this, and day by day, we started putting things together, sections together, to come up with the final product at the end of the residency. And the theme for the 2 group pieces is this story about Hargas Sagen that we got inspired from. And that was the joining point between Sweden and Faroe Islands. So Erstrand Dance Company is most likely based here in Sweden because the leader, Julia Erstrand, is from Sweden. And then RIVA Dance Company is a Faroe Island dance company. So on both sides, there is a lot of mystical stories that are rooted into the history of the country. So that's why we used this as a starting point. Being in a residency also allows us to create material and to be dedicated to dance, but we also have to live together because we are quite isolated in one place, which is great, but we need to nurture and take care of the group dynamic, which means we have to live together, we have to cook together, we have to do the grocery shopping. So it's not just about dancing, but it's also about coming together outside of the studio and organizing ourselves outside of the studio. But this also shows into the work. The socializing outside of the studio creates also some dynamics in the studio. For example, when you have to share weight, when you have to partner with other people, if you feel more comfortable with the person outside, then you will easily go into the partner. And also because we're in the middle of the forest, in the countryside, it's been also a great inspiration to be here from the scenery. For example, the lake, the forest around helped us a lot with the mystical aspects of the story. We have, for example, in one group piece, we have a seal woman section where there's this figure coming out of the water. So that was great inspiration to be able to play in the lake and play with the movement on how it feels like to come out of the water and emerge from the water. So having a studio dedicated for us and not having to care about rentals and organization, we know the studio is here and we can go whenever, is fantastic, but also what is outside of the studio is very important for the dancing.